Chapter 2 The Thirsty Sherpa. King Hef of the Doused was nothing more than a bald monk in a generous loincloth, with skin like hot charcoal. He looked more like a peasant than a monarch as he meditated upon a bed of orange embers when Marlowe entered the hut with the Doused men.
Hef, we found this one skulking into the village talking on about how he's replacing Titanus now that the man's dead. Afraid it's a small one the council sent us this time,
said the Doused man. Marlowe hopped around his escorts, his eyes narrowed with eager friendliness despite the hard grit in his boots. Words melted out of his mouth as the Doused men frowned behind him. King Hef, it is such a pleasure to meet you in person. I am Councillor Marlowe. King Solander sends his regards along with the rest of the city. I'm here to help with your pyro problem, as these gentlemen can attest to. He glanced back at them, but they were already gone. The burned man did not say anything at first, keeping judgment about the new politician to himself. He squeezed open one eye, looked, and shut it. It made the counselor swallow and continue without letting his trembling show. I have arrived with upsetting news. I apologize. Please, if you could understand, meeting you, who you are, and in my position...
Your position,
Hef muttered. His eyes remained shut, his lips kept tight.
Say you nothing of he who occupied it before? Titanus is dead, son. I know. It did not take a council messenger to let me know that. And what of this introduction? You know who I am, and yet you embarrass yourself with the exuberance of a mutt, not knowing what I am. So I will tell you. I lead the Taoist into a life of pacifism, of a body without the fire. I am no king. I am a guide.
To take away the gift? Marlowe held up a hand. We fought a civil war with you so you could have that out there? And burns across your skin?
The Taoist are a meager and humble people, yes, but it is a life I wish to continue for them. Not something like your hedonism in the East, where your people destroy and interrupt the natural course of events to satisfy pride and social competitions. Just because one is born with the universal flame does not make them arbiters for the wishes of nature.
Oh. Then you'd rather let the flame cook you from within, right? Be powerless? Let your town go to hell and do nothing to help humanity fight the drench? Marlowe rolled his eyes. Where is your victory? Hef's brow cracked and creased orange. His eyes slid open. The diamonds shimmered from across the room, staring into Marlowe's soul.
Come. Sit across from me, Polly. And learn.
I'll avoid the coals, if you don't mind. Marlowe crossed to the fire pit of the crusted king. He sat, relief swaddling his feet as the dirt pain subsided. It is rather warm. Why do you burn yourself like this?
Quiet's my universal. Exchanges energy. Leaves me feeling refreshed, focused, and enlightened.
Enlightenment looks like it tends to hurt.
Such is the role of the thirsty Sherpa.
Marlowe laughed, eyes reeling in the sudden shift in tone. Are you joking? What does that even mean?
It means I brave the body's frontiers of what is possible using this demonic flame, so the people outside may see their life's path without fire or violence. I look for ways to relieve the heat.
Demonic. You really believe that? Marlowe asked.
Humans were never meant to have such power in them, such agency to influence nature. Take, for example, our nature to corrupt power as thoughtlessly as we breathe the air. Humankind has only degenerated with time. We are not gods, and simply believing so does not make it true.
You think there's no value to the universal, that it can't be used for good? The monk shook his head.
It is not about whether it is good, but rather if it is ours to use. The Taoist will live without the flame someday, and the pyros will never bother us again once we have nothing to offer them. Your council will continue birthing radicals so long as the city stands. So as the war resulted, I lead my people to salvation, to a time when we were fragile. Your people continue to commit hubris in the name of dominion. The drench should do as it does. We should embrace the insect's outlook to find peace. That is why we live here, Polly. Why you pity us when you need not do so.
Look, I didn't come here to argue. I came because King Solander chose me to pick up where Titanus left off with your village. I want to improve life around here like he did. Whatever I can do to help, just say when and where. I can do it. Hef scanned him.
We shall see. But your eyes draw two pyros. Do not worry, Polly. They will come soon. Fire spreads quickly here.
I'm sure. Well, what do you need done until then? I must be of some use to you, right? Do you need a hunter? I saw there wasn't much to eat outside. Hef laughed.
A bold claim, Polly. But no, a hunter you are not. You will be of use to us somehow, I'm sure, but not as our hunter. We have men for that. Perhaps hound rearing for you, farming, or rain recovery. We likely need water for the day. See Helga for that. If you wish to help, I would suggest you do what you do best. Kill a cloud. You can do that, right?
Marlowe winced, but not from the sand. I hope you'll see my value enough to let me help your kind as much as he did, rather than just slay storms. He stood to leave, toes cringing at the returning sandstorm. I will fetch you your water with this woman, but it would be easier if you just moved your village to a lakeside.
Go. We shall see if you can help us with even this, Polly. He closed his eyes again. And get the door on your way out. There's already been one too many distractions for my mind today.